Good evening, my family and friends. So, this would be Tuesday evening, and I had mentioned yesterday about talking about pantry items. We are very close to fall starting, and I am getting prepared for that. Now, granted, I don't have to do, since hubby's changed jobs, I don't necessarily have to do what I used to. However, I still like to have a pantry. We both discussed this, and it's what we've been doing for 5 years. We like the fact that when times get super tough, that we have preparedness, and besides, we just like doing what we do, so we're going to stick with it. However, the pantry this time is going to be made for my diabetic husband and Mediterranean, and I'm going to show you how a pantry can look so beautiful and be very effective and cost effective as well to be able to put in your pantry. This is possible, and it really doesn't cost that much to do that. Now, you will find that some of the stuff I did order from Azure. I ordered like my cannellini beans. I ordered a 5-pound bag of it, and then I stored it up. Now, I did this because I know this is going to last me a while. These are the things I'm doing. I look for deals, I look for sales, I look for what's affordable, and then I put it on my shelf because I know that I am going to have goodness. And then I catch a sale at the store, I will purchase it, and then we will put it in our freezer. We have a new grocery store coming very soon. I cannot wait. They have a goal to try to be here toward the at least before the end of September. And it kind of is a bulk food store called Fresh Value. They have meats and stuff that they get truckload sales. So these are going to be a really good thing for us to be able to put in our freezer. And I cannot wait for this store. We can't wait just to check it out. Now, we do know a lot of stuff they also have is a lot of processed foods. So maybe we can pick and choose and see what we have. And hopefully we have better than what we've had. So these are some good options coming our way. Now, I am going to give you a pantry tour of what I have, what a Mediterranean pantry looks like. And then I think on Tuesdays, I know we have Coffee Wednesday where we just catch up with each other. But I'm thinking about combining right now because fall is coming, because a lot of people are stocking for the winter right now, and maybe you are looking at doing the Mediterranean things and still are not sure of what to put on your shelf. I think I'm going to spend our talk times into getting us ready for fall and doing that, whether it be now. To be honest with you, I am calling it Mediterranean, but this could be everyday living. These are economically friendly foods that can go on our shelf that has a lot of purpose. And then some extras as to snacks or just being able to, for instance, olives. Olives make a great snack. They're beautiful on focaccia bread. They're great in a salad. There are so many different ways, so many different varieties that you can use, and even olives make a great dish that you bake with chicken and some cherry tomato halves. So there is so many useful uses for this. Another one would be anchovies. I've showed you where you can get just that slight saltiness but not a fish flavor in your sauce, your pasta sauce. It melts down and it is really good sauce. And then I add my fresh basil. So these are the things that I'm talking about that I'm putting in my pantry. I have pestos that I have caught on sale at Aldi's, and I bought pestos. They're great on pasta. So I am showing you so far what we have, and we still have work to do. Just mind you, because my big pantry where I can, that one still needs work. What we need on it is we are looking to do chili. We're waiting for a certain specific time to be able to get that meat. I want to make sure it's not so hot in this house. That way every jar doesn't overheat my canner, which I have had issues with that where the humidity has made my canner go crazy. So I'm basically not canning beans. I'm not canning my chili or certain meats right now because it's just too hot. Once it starts cooling off, that big old pressure canner of mine's going on that stove, and we're getting to work to finish off what the rest of our pantry needs. But until then, I'm also not afraid to get deals on canned goods like roasted, fire roasted tomatoes, or flavored garlic and herb diced tomatoes, or tomato sauce. I'm not afraid to use those just as well as I would fresh canned. Now, I would have loved to have the dream that my garden did super great and I didn't have to put a can on my shelf, and that would be a lie, because I have both. I have canned and I have home canned. So I'm not going to tell anybody you can't do this, because you know what, folks, this is reality. This is what happens. I do have fresh green beans, but I also have canned green beans. I have fresh corn, but I also have canned corn. I will be doing canned beans, but I also have store-bought canned beans. So everything has a purpose. And when I find a sale, I get it. That is my goal with you. It doesn't necessarily have to be Mediterranean. However, it will be cost efficient. So let's go to the pantry and show you what little I do have right now and what I am rearranging. It is that time of the season I've taken inventory, I'm rearranging, and I'm taking notes and getting what I need to start putting in my pantry now. Okay, y'all, I'm hoping you can see from the lighting in here. So I'm going to come up here first. Now, this here is one of our snacks. Popcorn is a low-fat snack. Now, it does add up in fat depending on what you use. Most people will use butter. We actually use ghee. We will cook our popcorn not in oil, but in ghee. And if we did use oil, it's olive oil. We just sprinkle it lightly with salt, and we have a low-fat snack. Over here, I do have some dehydrated potatoes where I can actually make several different meals, including stews or whatever out of this, reconstitute my potatoes, and I've got this. In the back here, I do have some powdered milk. I keep that on hand. We have Parish rice, which is a low glycemic rice for a diabetic. Now down here, this is not so much diabetic friendly, but it is mine. I am currently working, look y'all, look how beautiful these are. These are my sun-dried tomatoes that I am working on currently right now. I'm taking my deals at 98 cents a pound for my Romas, and for the past 2 days I've been dehydrating, and I'm fixing to go get 5 more pounds to finish this jar off. I do use kamut pasta. Yes, I'm getting durum wheat to do that as well, but I do have the occasional pasta on my shelf for certain other things as well if I wanted to. These are a great emergency also. Walmart, you can get a box of rotinis, angel hair pastas, different pastas now for about 98 cents to $1. That is cost efficient for any family. So, and I'll show you the boxes because I have some put away. I come down here and I have, well, this one here is my sourdough starter. I am trying to work on getting that. This humidity is really messing with me. I do have my wild rice, and I have my dry red chili peppers. These is what I use for my harissa sauce. I try to keep these type of condiments because just like tomatoes right here, I can make sauce out of this. Y'all, there's so many uses for dehydrated like this. And like these, the red chili peppers, there's so much use out of them. And then I have homegrown dried whole basil leaves to also add in my sauce. This would be my beans and legumes section. I have 5 pounds right here of cannellini beans. These are organic from Azure Standard. These are organic chickpeas from Azure Standard. I have little red beans. These were from Walmart. Also from Azure Standard, I have tricolored quinoa. These are amazing. I've tried it. They taste wonderful. I have some brown lentils, and I have behind that one red lentils. So we are working on this. And then here's my miscellaneous substitute sugars, my salts, my bread crumbs, which I'm going to have to make some more bread to make, our olive oils. So this is our basic Mediterranean shelf. This is what a Mediterranean shelf looks like. And so just so you know, it's just simple, y'all. Now this cabinet here beside it, this is where I keep overstocks and some more of my Mediterranean. This is our meal. Also I have, oops, well that didn't, it's got good bounce back, but as you see, I also have some of my grains in here as well. My couscous until my Durham wheat shows up. I have this one from Aldi, so I keep couscous, and I have other types of flavored quinoa. These I had prior before getting the multicolored, and I'll probably get more. Now this here is the extra on the pastas. I've got ziti, and these will last me forever, y'all. But like I said, I also will turn around and do my others as well with fresh. Rotini. So these are emergency. We got a long winter, so this will last me for quite some time. And then if I have the grandkids over, I have foods that I can use to help feed them as well. So that is another reason why I actually got extra like elbow macaroni and stuff, so that way I have something to feed them when they spend the night, like one of them is tonight. So these are what I have up in here. And then down here would be like pretzel snacks every once in a while. I don't like to, usually I try not to do a lot of the processed snacks. I have Jamaican sorrels back here, which is my tea. Here we have pretzels. If we chose a snack, it would be lighter weight, basically. I have my overstocks of, right here from Azure, of chickpeas. We have multi-grained crackers for certain things like labneh. So this is just overstock stuff. Now this section here is where we have a variety of whole tomatoes. These make fantastic sauces. And in here, which I'm going to have to do more of, is anchovies. That's my only jar. And then I have my roasted red peppers, my tomato paste in two forms, canned and by the tube. If I don't want a whole lot, I just use the squeeze tube, and then the other is more for like a big sauce. I have variety of different olives in here, calmatas, green olives, and black olives. We have artichokes in marinara sauce. So these are just varieties. The homemade mustard right over here, just different varieties. And in here we have our fresh potatoes, gold potatoes, red potatoes, sweet potatoes. I need, those are right there, are russets over here. So I need to get red potatoes, and then our variety of onions. I always keep that fresh in this house. Here's my other little hidey hole, I guess. My overstocks of angel hair and my lentils back here. Homemade vanilla tahini. These are what I absolutely need for the hummus. And it looks like I'm going to have to get some more from Azure very soon. But like I said, this is just all this is a lot of herbs and seasoning mixes that were homemade. Apple chunks that were dehydrated. So we have a bunch of mixes that we just made ourselves. My sweeteners, whether it be honey or syrup that I use for some of my breads, and our teas back here and stuff like that. So I mean, these are just variety of things we keep in our pantry. All of this is useful, y'all. Find a sale, think of what can you do with it, and put it on your shelf. Everything is useful. Matter of fact, I have overstocks of beans over here. Dry beans are super cheap and very, as I'm teaching you different ways of making beans that taste phenomenal. This one, all dried seasonings right here. And I need to do some more onion and definitely some more garlic. I have blueberries, dehydrated blueberries, black peppercorns, and all of this that I'm going to make sure these are completely stocked for the winter. And then just down here I have my coffees. I have Colombian coffee down here, and a few other things, some mayonnaise, Duke's mayonnaise that hubby loves. So these are other areas that we have storage. Yes, we have real life stuff going on here. So this is my hallway between that dining room and this pantry behind me. All of these buckets, these are my grains. We are definitely set for all our bread sources right here. And this is the all familiar canning room that y'all are used to seeing. Again, like I told you, I have both canned goods and jarred. So we do have different varieties. I have yet to find beef bone. I want to so bad, because our stock, as you see, is getting really low. Our chicken stock is super low. This here's my cranberries. Now, I usually keep an eye out for the sales on about November. And when I do, I get cranberries and I will render them down and can concentrated cranberry juice. It's amazing. These are a variety of beans. That's all we have left, so I need to do that. These here are roasted potatoes, and we only actually have 6 jars there. The rest behind it is empty. We're not doing that too much anymore. We will keep a few, and if I get low and if I think we need some, I'll go ahead and do more. But we've been doing a lot of fresh lately on them. And then we have our corn, so we are definitely set for the corn. We do have some chicken stock right here left, so we still have that I'm holding back, trying not to use. Our variety of tomatoes, and then fresh peaches we got from the trees. So, and then down here, which this here, y'all, is right here, but we have variety ways of green beans from the garden, and this doesn't want to focus very well. Sorry about that. Yeah, this does not want to focus. Let me bring it up here. Sorry, y'all. There we go. It just didn't want to. So right here is we got homegrown green beans, and then we got canned, and we got other homegrown. These 2 boxes are homegrown as well. So let me try to shift you over on this other side here. Okay, yes, you'll see a couple cans of Spam because that is hubby's special, not mine, y'all. I have some chicken soup to make my Mediterranean lemon agavomono soup. We have chicken still, which if I get a sale, I definitely will be canning more chicken because that's all we have. We do have some hamburger right here. This will last us for a little while, but we are completely out of chili, so that's not going to work. One other thing I want to be able to do here is get some more salmon, because there's several ways of using salmon patties or whatever. Salmon is it's not super cheap, but also economical if you can't, because the price of fish is getting expensive, and honestly, it's cheaper to buy a can of salmon than it is to buy a salmon fillet. You still get your fish. And also, another thing I'm doing is restocking my tuna supply because I love my tunas. So we're working on this. We have our chickpeas are canned there, and then our cannellinis. These are almost gone. We went through that since last winter, so that's almost finished. I am going to go back to the market because these right here are green tomatoes for fried green tomatoes, and y'all, we only have 14 left. So that is definitely going to have to be restocked. Other than that, y'all, let me see what we got here. That's dill relish, which we don't use a whole lot of. We've got very little mushrooms left, so I have work to do in here. However, I can't really do anything right now. Basically because it's too hot for one, and what I have left is basically going to be fall and winter foods. So that's where we're at right now. Now, like I said, we are heading into fall and winter foods, so I'm kind of not putting summer foods on that shelf right now, and I'm very limited because we do like a lot of fresh. For instance, a couple of the meats. Now that's one not talked about either so much is, Miss Carrie, what kind of meat can we use if we're in the Mediterranean, and what do we put in our freezers? So, chicken. Any kind of chicken. Now my ultimate favorite and honestly most economical is either leg quarters or thighs. I love cooking with thighs, and a lot of Mediterranean food is cooked with the thigh. The dark meat from the thigh leaves a much tender and juicier chicken. Breast is used, but it can tend to be a lot drier because it's the most leanest part of the chicken. So we like to use the somewhat good fatty side and the dark meat because it tends to be juicier, and to me it has a lot more flavor. Now any part of the chicken is amazing, and not just chicken. The other ingredients or other type of fowl that is used is we use duck, turkey, chicken. So any of these are acceptable. You find a good turkey on sale, you better pick that bad boy up and stick that thing in your freezer. Or cook it, divide it up, make several meals, Ziploc bag it, put it in your freezer, and then you have an entire stock of different foods. Another thing you can do, but this is the hard part, unless you find or you're fortunate enough to have a fresh turkey, it will be a bit harder on this. So here's some ideas that you can do. If you get a turkey and you get a great deal on this turkey and it is frozen, defrost it. If you are fortunate like me to have a grinder, grind that up. Now here's what you can do. Take some of that meat, make it turkey burgers. Cook that burger and then freeze it. You have heat and or eat and reheat type of situations. You can take and grind it and cook up the ground meat and use this in other dishes. Say you want to make a chili, the meat's already been cooked, you're just going to bring it out, reheat it, and then you're going to make it for your dish. So these are areas where you can do that. You can make pre-breaded turkey nuggets. Cook these nuggets and then just, like I said, pop them in the oven when you're ready to serve it to your family. And I'm hoping these ideas are helping. So this is just a few things you can do. Another thing you can do is just cook part of that turkey up in broth and then turn around and save your broth, and then you have meat set aside, shredded and in portions to make turkey soup or turkey noodle soup. You can even do the lemon Mediterranean lemon soup. You can substitute chicken for the turkey. So turkey has valuable uses as well. Beef, which although we don't use a whole lot of it, beef is another one. Lamb is another one that we use, which I find it cheaper and more economically friendly on my pocket, although it is a bit expensive at $6 a block. But ground lamb, there's many uses for it, and I will show you one day how to make gyros or Greek gyros. And you could do that in a bowl or a pita. Another meat, see what we basically use, now we will use pork every once in a while, but not a whole lot of it either. It's classified in there with beef because it's super fatty. Now, I'm not going to say we don't use processed meats. I would be lying. I mean, occasionally we will have a hot dog. Occasionally we will have breakfast sausage. We will have smoked sausage because sometimes we just like having a gumbo. So we're not 100% Mediterranean. We are at least 90%. The other 10% is all American foods. But what we do try to do is minimize as much as the process as possible, keep our food as fresh as possible, and then use the processed foods on the occasion. Now, seafood. any seafood, whether it's crab legs, shrimp, frog legs, fish of all varieties. All of that is basically Mediterranean. So there is no certain types except for one. Now, this is totally up to you. For me, my own opinion, I will not touch tilapia and I will not touch swai. So those are the two fishes out of all of the seafood I won't eat. But everything else is game on for me. So I'm hoping this helps just a little bit. Now I will sit probably tomorrow during coffee time and we will make a list. So bring paper, bring pen. We are going to make pantry list of things to put in your pantry. Now I gave you some visuals, so hope this clicked in your memories or in your mind to give you some ideas. Hey, I could do this, or I could do that, or oh, I know what to do with this now, or that. So these are what I'm doing. This isn't to boast and brag, you all. This is hard work. This took strategy to be able to do what I'm doing, because this is not something, I don't have thousands of dollars just to go to the grocery store. I've been doing this since spring. So I've had to do a little bit here and a little bit there. Like I'm doing my tomatoes right now, but I'm spending 5 or 98 cents a pound. So I'm getting about 4 or 5 pounds. So far I spent $9 for my 5-pound jar, I guess, or 95-ounce jar full of sun-dried tomatoes. But I have so many uses out of that. And then I have some more that's getting ordered. So I try to order where I can. I try to watch my sales. And this is how I stock. I don't just buy. I watch for sales. It's the only way I can do this. If I have to buy, I have to maneuver. What bill has to get paid first before I can do this? So, and then right now also I'm working on the weather. So I got a lot to play in, and I watch the time ticking because I am already noticing as of last night daylight's changing as well. So I know fall's coming. So I'm hoping this video had helped you some. We will call this Tuesday Pantry Talk because that's exactly what this was. Many of you wanted to see where I'm at right now, and I do try to keep stocks of lemons and limes as well. That is actually kind of hard, and I'm hoping it won't be as hard this fall, but this summer has been an absolute challenge. So I have lemon juice because basically it has been a waste to try to keep all these lemons and limes going with this humidity. And same thing with my avocados, because I love avocados. And then the other part of it is everything is immature, rock hard, and then I'm not getting all my nutrients. But this is, unfortunately, is the only way I can do that. Like I said, I am going back to Ripley's, and I'm going to see what kind of fresh I can get over there, but I'm limited to what I can use to can or whatever with it. And I personally rather take a zucchini and a squash and put them in my, work with them fresh than put them in my freezer because they get too mushy. So I'm not fond of doing that. So, y'all, that's it for tonight. I do need to go get at least 5 more pounds of tomatoes, get them cut tonight, get them in the dehydrator, because I'm almost finishing off that jar. So I'm excited. I have so many ideas I want to do, and I have so much more. I'm working with you, and I am doing a lot of searching for some amazing comfort and beautiful Mediterranean food for this fall and this winter and for the holidays. I got some surprises coming for y'all. So I love you dearly, and God bless you all. I read your comments, and sometimes you just make me blush. So thank you. I love you just as much. And so until next time, remember, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment if you want. It lets YouTube know that, hey, let's help this girl grow. So hit that like button, say just hi if that's all. So, and then we'll see if we can get a little bit further than where we're at. If not, you know, I have a loving family, and that's all that matters. So I love you all. And until next time, much love from Parton's Heritage Homestead.